Significance. You are listening to The Competitor's Brain. This is episode number 48, and I'm Lauren Fox. No, we didn't just time travel. I lost count. I don't even know what I said on the last one, but regardless, the number was wrong. So one other thing, in talking about inflection points and realizing when you have a choice to make a decision to go one way or go another way. The other thing is we also just sometimes tend to lose sight of what is significant and what is important. And for those who have seen the movie Field of Dreams, if you're a baseball fan, even if you're not a baseball fan, if you're just a fan of living life, I think you can find something relevant in that movie. And if you haven't watched it in a while, it came out a really long time ago. It came out in 1989, which scary to think about, was 35 years ago. But there is a scene where Ray Kinsella, who's the protagonist in the movie, is talking to a former Major League player. Ray has somehow gone back in time to 1972. He's talking to a doctor in Chisholm, Minnesota, named Dr. Archibald Graham. But Dr. Graham had played for the New York Giants in the movie 50 years before, 1922. And he's got significance in Major League Baseball because he played the game. He played in one game, played one half inning, and did not come to bat. And so for some reason, Ray Kinsella is told to go visit Dr. Graham in a small town in Minnesota called Chisholm, Minnesota. And Dr. Graham says, when he's asked by Ray, played by Kevin Costner, what it was like to just play that one half inning in a baseball game, he says, it was like coming this close to your dreams and then watching them brush past you like a stranger in the crowd. At the time, you don't think much of it. We just don't recognize the most significant moments of our lives while they're happening. Back then, I thought, well, there'll be other days. I didn't realize that was the only day. And then he says, I want to ask you a question. What is so interesting about a half an inning that would make you come all the way from Iowa to talk to me about it 50 years after it happened? So you have, in this case, a man who is a doctor in a small town in Minnesota who has influenced thousands of lives for the better. And he looks back at something that happened 50 years ago as in his life, a little bit of an inflection point. If he had gotten a chance to play, if he had gotten a chance to get a base hit, what could his outcome have been? He might have stayed in Major League Baseball. He might have tried to play baseball for the rest of his life. Now, the benefit of playing Major League Baseball then was vastly different from the benefit of playing it in 2024. You would make more money as a doctor than you would as a Major League Baseball player. But Dr. Graham looks at it and says, if I'd only gotten to be a doctor for 5 minutes, now that would have been a tragedy. So the inflection point for him was whether he was going to stick with his dream of playing baseball or whether he was going to move on and go on living the rest of his life. And ultimately, the impact that he made on the lives of many in the small town that he lived in Minnesota, he realizes far outweighed the impact that he would have had as a professional baseball player. So it's up to all of us to realize on a day-to-day basis, what are you doing and what is significant in your life that you might be missing, that you might be looking past, that is actually significant to you and to others.